sister, what have you done? Say, little sister, who's the only one?
All right. We got, is it William?
Yeah, hey.
How you doing, William?
Hey, pretty good. First of all, I mean, I really like you guys' show.
Thanks.
I have a question about prayer.
And you called the right people.
My question is, why do people pray? I mean, when I talk to theists, they all say practically the same thing, that it's some type of communication to their God or something. But when you see what they're trying to pray for, it's always they want something. You know what I mean?
I see that.
Do you want me to put on my Christianity hat and tell you from a Christian perspective what I would say? Oh, okay. Wait, that's your... Okay.
Well, I mean, in other words, what I'm saying is if they really know that there's some type of God or something.
I as somebody who used to pray, and as somebody who's known a lot of people that pray, it's one of the things I've thought about a lot. I mean, we can try to be amusing and say prayer is just talking to yourself, but you're asking a much more important question, which is why do people pray? And when we do studies on prayer, we find that prayer doesn't actually work, at least intercessory prayer, and it's at a rate equivalent to chance. But if you think about it, let's say, let's get this down to like the basic level. You've lost your car keys.
All right.
If you take a moment and pray, oh, please, God, I'm going to be late. I don't know what the heck happened. If you could please just this once help me find my car keys. What are you really doing? You are focusing on a problem, you are calming yourself down, and you are actively seeking an answer. It's not a surprise to me at all that after praying, you would all of a sudden remember or be led to the place where you put your keys down. Because instead of panicking, you are putting yourself in a position that makes it more likely for you to recall. It's not like you forgot really where you put your keys. It's just not one of those things that's easily recalled.
Yeah, it's more like you're talking to yourself in a sense.
If in those cases where people are praying for loved ones, you know, they're dying of a disease, they're seeking a comfort. They're in a stressful environment. And there's plenty of times where people just pray in the morning, pray before the meal, thank God for this and that. That is more along the lines of, I think, ritualistic prayer.
See, that's
lots of
okay, see, that's like my point I was saying is that these people that pray, it's either they're thanking their God for something, or actually more so is that they want something. I mean, I never seen or heard a Christian or any Muslim or anything actually talk consistently, like have a formal discussion. Because that's what they're saying, is that prayer is some type of communication with their God.
From what I understand, prayer seems to be an effort to influence God's decision. I mean, it's not that God doesn't have his omnipotent, all-knowing plan. It's just that there are details of what could happen next, and God really likes a little ass-kissing. So if you've got something that you really want, and you're not sure if God has made the final decision, then you beg him to do it, and what's the worst that can happen? He'll say no.
Yeah.
That's my cynical take on prayer.
Yeah, okay.
I think, you know, if you're looking at it, if you're trying to find some deeper meaning, then rather than studying religion, although I'm in favor of studying religious history, the philosophy of religion, the psychology of religion, you can study philosophy, psychology, sociology, anthropology, those types of things to find out who we are. Because the reason people pray is based on who we are, why we do the things we do. We are often selfish, confused. We rely too much on inference and induction. We are incredibly poor in our ability to use logic to discern the events. We're great at it in one respect, in that we've managed to get better at it and survive. But by getting better at it, we've also convinced ourselves that we're so rational and so thinking that we'll fall for anything as long as it's phrased right, as long as it has, for example, come from a position of authority, because we are tuned from birth to accept the instructions of authority. You are geared to essentially mind your parents, because then it's a really good idea. They know about the dangers in the world, and it's worthwhile to trust them. So we're geared that way. It just doesn't always wear off. It's the after effects of child rearing.
Yeah. that's pretty much all I had.
Okay.
See what you guys thought about that.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot for calling, woman. We appreciate it.
Thank you for calling.